Here right now to talk about the state of things is Republican Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas. Congressman, thank you for being here. Let's talk about the state of this war. They were talking about Bab el-Mandeb, that's straight. John and David Goldman were just a second ago. The fighting right now is just to get the Strait of Hormuz reopened fully, just to get them back where they were before the war. Now the Houthis in Yemen are issuing this new threat to block Saudi ships passing through that other critical shipping channel to the Red Sea. If that strait is blocked, would you support President Trump sending U.S. forces there to try to reopen that?
Good morning. I think it would not be fair to say that all we're worried about is opening up the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, the president and this administration has gone well past that. They are deep into the Iranian infrastructure. They're deep into the ports. They're deep into
no, but that's literally what President Trump says.
Why
he is attacking them right now is because they continue to fire on vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. That is what the president has said.
No. I believe that's the reason why. But the bottom line is that this has gone well beyond that. And we are now into a circumstance where they're literally going downtown across the country and striking the heart of their ability to feed their war machine through highways and railways. So, look, I think your point that you're trying to make is important. Would we be in favor of doing the things that will be necessary on the second entrance? And that answer would be yes. If we were to have waited for the Iranians when they were ready to fight the war or to take on the world, you can now see it would be far worse. They have, I don't know about unlimited, but they have a large number of ballistic missiles still that they're calling upon, that they're pulling out. This is a new phase of the war, and that's why the Iranians did not want to sign the peace deal, nor did they come to the table.
What is this phase of the war? Are they back at war?
Sure, I don't think there's any question about that. We are, for 9 straight nights, we have bombed the Iranians. We're trying to get them to understand that we will not tolerate not only them close to the Strait of Hormuz, but that they're delivering ordnance across the region to our allies and our friends. And when they struck the base in Jordan, it meant that the president would unleash a new round to protect our men and women. And it does not make me feel good, does not make anyone feel good. We lost a young woman from Carrollton, Texas. And this is a sad reality of war.
Yeah, we're showing her face on the screen now. Private Isabella Gonzalez from Carrollton, Texas, is one of those lives that were lost. When you look at those lives lost, you understand that you say they're back at war. Do you feel like you have been sufficiently briefed on what the president's strategy is with this war now?
I do believe I have. Several weeks ago, I stated that the administration needed to make sure that they provided members of Congress with that. They are now moving forward to hit key rail sites, key sites of traffic. I'm very happy with what I see from a perspective of, instead of just fighting this war, hoping that the Iranians would sooner come to the table or later, we now are going to force this issue. And it is not going to be easy, but we're now going way deeper. A series, at least one B-52, came and delivered what would have been an entire armament from an aircraft carrier in one opportunity. They flew from the United States to do this, so the administration is taking the steps that will be necessary to put a real pinch on the Iranians, and I am very supportive of this.
The administration is making a big push right now. We're going to see that on full display today to get you all to greenlight the massive defense bill with billions and billions of dollars in additional funding for the war. CNN and others have new reporting, though, that even among Republicans, they are not convinced that they know what the additional money is for, why it's needed so urgently, and what they're going to do with it. Here's some of the CNN reporting. Several GOP members told CNN they still lack critical information about the military's capacity and needs and aren't convinced by what they have heard. And Republican Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick told CNN this: "That's a lot of money to blow through in a very short period of time, and I'm not saying they didn't, but they shouldn't just expect us to go along with whatever they say. I mean, they've got to make their case." Brian Fitzpatrick is not convinced they have made the case that they need more money. Why are you convinced and he is not, do you think?
Well, Brian is a very dear, smart friend who understands. He's been around this House of Representatives for over 10 years. He sees how the Pentagon works. The Pentagon has opened themselves up. There are meetings every single night that at least Republican members have been invited to ask questions, to see firsthand not only the plan, but to have top-level war planners to be able to meet with them. I was at the Pentagon yesterday for several hours. It was not about the war planning, but it was about their ability to effectively use the money that we give them and the state of the stockpiles that we have, how we can make sure we're going to protect the men and women of the military. So I'll talk to Brian today, but he is a very capable young member who knows how to get the information he needs.
Congressman Pete Sessions, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.